Kid Krupar coming at you, also known as Abigail Grace Krupar. Oh no, a flower fell. So, you might be asking, why am I wearing such a beautiful crown? Well, you see, I just discharged from residential treatment for my eating disorder. Yay! I am so excited to keep creating videos for you guys. It's been so hard not creating videos. It's so much fun to sit down and talk with everyone. I love being the center of attention. A lot of people in my life definitely know that for sure. So anyways, so this is me, and in our graduation ceremony we get to pick a rock. And everyone passes the rock around, says positive things to me, and then says what they want to put in the rock. And my rock is courage, which I think is really awesome because I've been super courageous in my recovery, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but I know it's possible. And this place taught me that it's possible to recover, so I am so excited. Right now I'm in my room. I'm going to head home tomorrow and start virtual PHP. PHP is partial hospitalization program, and because of COVID it has to be virtual. But basically, it's just going to be extra support, but a little less support than what residential offers. So, anyways, and those Post-it notes back there on the mirror is actually one of my roommates. She writes positive affirmations on the mirror, so I thought that was a really good idea, and I might take that with me. I think what is really important is I created what they call an eater's agreement. And it's essentially agreeing to eat your damn food and what you're going to do with your life in recovery, and I think it's really powerful, so I would like to show it with my audience here. Okay, here it is. I hereby agree, from now until the day I die, to not only eat for my biological needs, but for my emotional, mental, and social needs. I agree to dedicate my heart and soul to full recovery, even if this means fighting for the rest of my life. I choose life. I choose popcorn at the movies. I choose dinner dates and dessert. I choose positive memories where food is there. There will be times where I fall down and scrape my knees, but ultimately I will not let myself remain on the ground, for I can and will rise above. I agree to listen and respond to my hunger cues. Ignoring my cues has only resulted in self-destruction and pain, and I've learned I deserve so much in the world. I deserve laughter. I deserve love. I deserve peace, and most importantly, I deserve life in this world we call home. I agree to ask for support if I do find myself slipping back into old behaviors and beliefs, for I'm committed to winning this war against the eating disorder, and if that means getting more help, I would totally do that. I have made so much progress in my recovery, and I refuse to ever think otherwise. Today, I'm giving myself permission to recover. Today, I'm confident I can do all things I set my mind to, and my mind is set for success. Isn't that great, you guys? I never thought I would be at a point where I could write or read something like that. So I'm really proud of myself, and so is the staff. The staff has full confidence that I can reach full recovery, and yes, I'm in a bathtub. It has jets, isn't that cool? But I'm so excited to go back home and see you guys, and I have so many fun videos regarding comedy skits that I'm coming up with, and just vlogging in general, and I'm just so excited, and I just want to say I'm back, and I don't see in my foreseeable future that I'm going to ever be back in a situation like this again. And if I do, I know I have what it takes, and that's really awesome. And also, it's been a while, but look, my hair's gotten so much longer. Isn't that wild? I've learned so much here. I've learned that I'm strong. I learned that in food is inherently neutral and that none of it's neither good or bad. I've learned that eating is not only a biological need, but it's a social need too, and my eating disorder has taken so much away from me socially, and it's not worth it. I am so ready to just recover and say bye to Ed. So basically, if you know me really well, you know what I mean when I say Ed. But for those of you that don't know, for a lot of people with an eating disorder, Ed is the voice that you hear in your head. And Ed likes to tell me things like, you're fat, you don't deserve food, food's gonna make you gain weight. But my soul self, so me as a person, Abigail, can debate against Ed. And I've learned that through debating, Ed is starting to get really quiet because Ed realizes he's not gonna succeed, but rather I'm going to succeed. And I think that's such an awesome point to be at, because if you would have asked me like a year ago to write something like an eater's agreement, I would have been like, what are you talking about? Like, no, like I'm gonna always relapse. But I'm really dedicated and I'm super excited. And so pretty much, if you guys have been wondering, I've been doing really well in school. And you know, it's like food does that, you know? No big deal. I would also like to say that my singing voice has improved tremendously from not vomiting. And here's the thing. So I know I made my video called I'm Coming to Residential, and in it I said I had anorexia, binge purge subtype. That was true, but it morphed into bulimia. So yes, I did in fact have anorexia nervosa, binge purge subtype, but it evolved into bulimia. And both are very serious illnesses, and they need to be treated. And if you know anyone that has an eating disorder, or if you have an eating disorder, there's no shame in getting help. Actually, being here, I've learned that it's okay to struggle, and also you can recover. The actual founder of this place, so it's Montanito Rain Rock, the founder of Montanito is a recovered anorexic. And that gives me so much hope, because honestly, like, it is possible. And like in previous treatment centers, it was almost like this idea of like, you just need to deal with it and you're just gonna live with it. And I mean, I get the approach, but at the end of the day, it is possible. And so many of the staff here are recovered. And that just gives me so much faith that I can do the same. I can do anything I set my mind to, and it's success. And that's what I read in my eater's agreement. And I thought it would be a good idea to read it out loud to you guys, because it's my contract, it's my commitment. And if I do relapse, ultimately at the end of the day, I know recovery is what's first. Not the eating disorder, not Ed. Ed can shut up, because Ed honestly has no place in this life. Ed freaking sucks. And to anyone that has to deal with Ed, you can just tell them bye-bye from me, because he sucks, all right? And I hope by making these kind of videos, I can bring awareness to the subject, and also just realize, like, I've come so far. Last year in 2019, I couldn't even eat food. I could not. I only ate one salad per dinner and then an apple in the morning. That's genuinely what I would eat, and I felt my body decaying. If you guys would like, I can make more videos. I did a lot of really powerful writing assignments here, like my worst eating disorder day and my motivation for recovery and all those sorts of things. It's just really powerful. And ultimately, at the end of the day, I never want to be the place I was at. And I would also like to apologize, because a lot of you guys that are subscribers are good friends of mine, and I know I was not by any means being honest about this past relapse. Actually, a lot of people, like only like maybe Jacob and like my parents maybe kind of knew. Eating disorders thrive in secrecy, and I know I've said that before, but it's so true. And I would also like to point out that you can have an eating disorder at any size and any shape in any stage of your life, and that there is hope. And I know it's really difficult, but you just have to do it. That's what I did the first day I went to treatment. I wasn't eating at all, and I remember at school everyone was saying like, oh yeah, she's the anorexic, whatever. And that first day of treatment, they put in front of me granola and an apple. And I ate it. And it was the scariest moment of my life. But I did it. And that just goes to show you, if you put your mind to something and you're like, this is what I'm going to do, that's what you will be able to do anything you set your mind to. And that is just the truth. And again, I would like to thank everyone for being so supportive. I'm so excited to go home and see my parents and Jacob, hugs, and I'm so excited, and I am so proud of myself. And there's nothing wrong with saying you're proud of yourself. I think in society we make it like, oh, you can't boast about yourself, blah, blah, blah. It's not boasting, it's just the truth. I've come a really long way in the period of only 2 years. That's actually amazing. And I thank God that I'm in the headspace I am in now, and I thank God that I'm alive, because it got to a point where I physically was going to die. And actually, I discovered while I was here, I thought to myself, oh, my relapse isn't that bad. It was extremely bad. My esophagus is now very screwed up. I'm just being honest. I have to take meds for it now. I don't know if I can ever heal it. My teeth, several cavities. They look pretty, but throwing up isn't good for your teeth. That is just the truth, But health aside, health risks and things aside, I would like to say I'm medically cleared to run again. Yes, I am so excited. For a year, 2 years almost, I was not medically cleared to run, but now I can. And I understand that because of eating disorders, people like to abuse exercise, but I have a game plan in mind. So people will check in on me and be like, hey, it seemed like you ran a lot today. Because at the end of the day, I don't want exercise to be an eating disorder behavior. I want it to be something that makes me feel good and confident in my body, which it does. And I'm just so happy because honestly, if you guys know me, in school I was called Dash, I was really fast, and then my eating disorder took it all away from me, and I wasn't able to enjoy the track season or the softball season. And for a while I was just great, I guess this is my life. But it just shows you that hard work does pay off, and I really hope I'm an example of that. And I just like to say, if anyone wants any more videos regarding eating disorders, I'm so open because I'm such a good mindset. I'm ready to educate, and I'm also ready to kick ass. So thank you, everyone. I love you so much. And like I always say, Kid Crew Bar signing out. Squad!